My name is Gary Lloyd. I'm here to tell you that I'm about to begin work on an opera with the great, amazing Scottish science fiction writer and poet, Ken MacLeod. Ken will tell you lots more about the opera, flesh it out, explain the scenario, all that kind of thing in his own interview. What I can tell you is that it will have a Scottish theme. There will be dance choreographed by the person to whom I'm very fortunate to be married, Bettina Carpi, who a lot of you will know. And of course, it's a Scottish opera, so there will be a piper. Really, we're building on some great past experiences, working with teams at Workdcon, previous Workdcons, including in 2014, when I was asked to compose a tribute to the late great Ian Banks, who was a very, very close friend of mine, and of course of Ken's, and someone very much loved by the convention community and the science fiction world generally. That was a really terrific experience, and brought me under the kind of into the orbit of Keith Slade, the conductor, and Adam Robinson, and they've given me a lot of help ever since. Adam has established a company called Clockwork Sessions in Glasgow, with whom I've recorded a fair amount of orchestral music performed by orchestral players for various things. In 2019, we were asked to create something for the concert at Dublin Worldcon, and appropriately enough, we based something on this, Brian and Mary Talbot's fantastic Daughter of Her Father's Eyes. Now, we created some extracts of what will eventually be a full-length opera, and had a pretty big orchestra and some fantastic singers and dancers that we assembled from our side in England. The main reason why I eventually envisaged Daughter, just for short, as an opera, was due to a chance meeting that Bettina and I had with our friend, the opera singer Naomi Rogers. Somehow meeting her at a particular point in time helped me solve a problem that we'd been having with Daughter. Originally, we'd envisaged it as a dance theatre piece. I didn't think it was going to be easy to convey narrative sufficiently with this medium, and had put the project on the back burner. Somehow bumping into her at the right time made me realize that it could be an opera. When initial contact had been made regarding Dublin, I spoke with Vincent Doherty, who asked me to have a think about what I'd like to bring. And even though I'd already had this idea to make a piece which has Lucia Joyce and James Joyce at its core, I didn't immediately think, oh, that's maybe what we should bring to Dublin. So in the end, that's what we headed for, and I think we achieved something very special. We had an amazing experience in Dublin. In particular, the singers really blew me away, and particularly young Isabella Mohan, who was only 16 at the time, and you can see her on the accompanying video for this little chat. I have a long history of working with writers, particularly Ian Banks, Alan Moore, Mary Talbot I've worked with quite a few times. And it's going to look like I reverse engineered everything a person needs in order to be able to write opera, including how you work with writers and how you communicate with writers. And maybe that's true. But there was always just a call to me to make opera. And I've had this since I was really young, and certainly too young to be able to tell people that was one of the ambitions I had. My love of opera comes from my family. My mother adored opera. Her older sister also. Their mother adored opera. And my my great grandmother was French and had ended up living in Warrington, marrying a chap from Warrington. So we think that maybe that's where this comes from, but who knows? Why opera? Well, if you can't make if you can't make opera understandable to the open minds of a science fiction audience, I'd be surprised, because very much like science fiction, opera can be a really mind expanding experience, a really emotional experience, and something transformative. And we can hope to do that. We're certainly going to try. It's it's definitely one of my ambitions to put brand new work in front of people who maybe haven't experienced opera or dance. Just being in the presence of opera singers it's shattering. Your expectations of what it will be are different from the reality of how you will feel in front of these people. So it's exciting, and I'm going to pour everything I can into this that I can muster up.